live in 3, 2, 1, action!
Last school year, my arts and designs class created an art exhibit centered around Filipino culture. I was in charge of drawing Philippine outfits. I wanted to make a video explaining my process of making the drawings after the exhibit debuted. Unfortunately, I was hit by a serious case of burnout and procrastination to the point I forgot to make the video. So for the entire school year, those drawings have been collecting dust in my gallery. Well, better late than never. Before we start, I would like to address some things. This video won't be going into full detail about the history and timeline of Philippine fashion. I will only be talking about some interesting facts and things I noticed while I was making these drawings. Basically, I'm just going to be yapping about my art. Since I was busy with other subjects, I was in a bit of a hurry making these drawings, so I found photos that I was planning to draw, and then I researched a bit about the photos in order to double check if they were from the correct period. Finally, these outfits don't represent the entire fashion of that specific period. Obviously, there are different types of outfits for each culture in the Philippines. Now, sit back and relax as I talk to you about the evolution of Philippine fashion. We will start with pre-colonial fashion, where you can see that the clothing is lighter and loose, for people to be able to move around easily, as well as a noticeable number of golden accessories. During the drawing process, I decided to use my sketch layer as my line art because it would have been a waste of time for me to make a new layer for it since my sketch layer was already clean. I adjusted some parts of the sketch and it was ready for coloring. I've been actually doing this kind of technique for my digital art for a while now, as you can see with like my profile pictures and banner and my PNG tuber. I used this page from the Boxer. I used this page from the Boxer Codex as reference, but there were other outfits to choose from. I just used this page because I liked it more. This project basically improved my speed and art style. I focused on the most important bits to keep on schedule, and I was able to draw unique face shapes with the eyes and the nose. I also decided to give the guy a sword because it looked cool, so I found a photo of a sword from that period and traced over it because weapons are hard to draw. So this is the final drawing. I really like how it turned out for my first attempt. Now, on to the next one. The next drawing on the list is Spanish colonial fashion, which is more colorful, focusing more on bright patterns and big silhouettes, specifically with the girl's big skirt and the guy's big hat. This is also where you can see the common look of the barong being formed. The only thing I didn't like about this drawing was the guy's cane. I think it was supposed to be made from bamboo, but it looks nothing like bamboo. I noticed right off the bat that there was very little gold in the references I used for the outfits, so the only gold pieces I added to the drawing are the earrings and the hairpin. For the guy's outfit, I just copy-pasted the colors from one of the references because I liked the pattern, but for the girl, I decided to come up with my own patterns. In order for it not to be so cluttered or random, I decided to use only straight lines and stripes as patterns and made the colors random instead. Hopefully it balanced the outfit out. I think this is my favorite drawing so far, but I don't want to say it too soon since this is only the second drawing. I just really like the colors, the outfits, the faces, and everything. The third drawing on the list is American Philippine fashion. It has more muted colors, which is a big change from the previous period. Another thing to note is that the men follow a more Western style of clothing, opting to wear suits instead of the barong. The suits were also one of the reasons why I called this period the American Philippine fashion period. It was because this style of clothing is when America was heavily involved in our history. This is also where you can see the more common form of the Filipiniana being shown with the big sleeves and the off-white color. This was probably the most boring drawing for me to make because there was barely any color variation. I tried so hard to find a photo that had color, but a bunch of the photos were monochrome, and the ones that I did find that had color were just replicas or more stylized versions of this period's outfits, which I wasn't really going for. Speaking of the drawing, the skirt on the girl's outfit was the hardest to draw. I didn't want it to look like melted ice cream. And also the skirt shape, the first layer and the second layer don't really match. I tried so hard for it to work. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. Type in the comments below if it does work for you. In the end, the drawing turned out pretty good. It's not my favorite, but it doesn't look terrible. I don't really have much to say about this drawing, so let's move on to the next one. Finally, we have Philippine modern fashion, which is actually a mix of post-independent fashion and modern fashion together. The style has changed a bit, with people trying to add their own style to the outfits to fit their personality, while making sure that the traditional base of the outfit is still there. They also brought back the use of the barong and bright colors. This was a bit difficult to make because I didn't want the drawing to look too similar to the American Philippine one, so I had to really look deeper into finding unique looking outfits that still fit the theme. I used these two references for the guys and girls outfits, and I think I like how the guy turned out. His hair and face are what I pictured in my head, and the barong looks great even though I just copy-pasted the reference. I tried to give the girl a fan using this pose, but it didn't look good, so I removed it. I also let the girl's hair down while still being a bit styled, since in the previous drawing, the girls mostly had their hair in a bun. I also brought back the golden accessories on the girl, specifically with her shoes and her earrings. It's not a lot, but I think it brings the whole piece together for more contrast. I gave the girl a more unique face shape. I made her eyes slanted more upwards, unlike the previous drawings where all of the girl's eyes were slanted downwards. I just realized this while I was drawing it, so I tried to give her a different face shape in order for it not to look the same. The transparent part of her outfit was so difficult to draw that I almost forgot which parts were supposed to be transparent, but I came out victorious. These drawings don't show the wide variety of clothes in the Philippines, but it does show the differences and similarities between the attires of these time periods. I hope that these artworks help you understand a bit of the evolution of Filipino fashion. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed watching my drawing process and listening to me yap about them. I really did have fun drawing these, and I did learn a lot. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're entertained. Bye!